What's good, y'all? It's your boy Days back again with another video. So today we are doing State Fair Foods is Out of Control Part 4. Now, this time we're going to be in Washington State Fair. Okay, so yeah, Washington State Fair. Actually, the state of Washington, not DC, not District of Columbia. No, the state of Washington State Fair. Okay, so yeah, so we about to go get into it. Shout out to the best ever food review show. And like I say, yeah, let's get into it. Are y'all ready? Because I'm ready. Let's see what they got to offer.
People a double take, where people are like, wait, what is that?
Peanut butter jelly and bacon every
Hold on, y'all. Okay, I'll make sure.
single time.
But first, let's back up. So far, we've gone deep into the far-out fair food offerings of the New York State Fair.
After this, I'm going to need a defibrillator to keep my heart going. Oh my gosh.
Then we drop by the Minnesota State Fair.
I've had the version of this food many times in Vietnam. It costs about $1 or $2. Here, $15. What's going on?
Now, just like Lewis and Clark, we're pushing even further westward to the Washington State Fair, the biggest in the Pacific Northwest and one of the largest in the world.
Good morning and welcome to the Washington State Fair. Quick tip, if you want to go to a fair without any lines, go early in the morning. Also, going on a weekday doesn't hurt. Today it's Thursday, it's early morning, they just opened, and we basically have the place to ourselves.
Here, when you're done with the rides and the seal shows, you'll witness some of this country's most odd, unusual, unnerving food creations.
State fairs are the perfect place to experiment with food, taking ingredients you would never expect to see together, but jamming them together anyways and seeing what happens. Like crossing a corgi with a husky. It shouldn't be done, but it's fun to watch.
From Fruity Pebble cheese dogs, all the way to battered and deep-fried pork belly.
Check out this white pile right here. This is a respectable white pile, enough to make Pablo Escobar impressed.
Today, I'm here to try it all.
This could get brutal by the end of the day.
And it all starts here.
This place is called Kalinka Piroshki.
Kalinka Piroshki started its journey in the 1970s here in Seattle, offering a traditional Ukrainian cuisine experience to folks in the USA.
We've been doing mobile food operations since 1979. My grandmother, when she was running it, she had my father stand out front and eat them, just to show off that, look what we have here.
I want that job where you just stand outside your own place and eat the food continuously. I would also have to have alcohol on the menu then.
Waiting in line here comes with a tasty reward, a piroshki. It's essentially a cheeseburger tucked inside a donut.
Oh, I've broken into the kitchen, and this is where all the fun begins. They have a dough mixer right here behind me. As soon as the dough is done, we're going to see how the stuffing works. I believe this may be some kind of a dough extruder portioning device. She gets this big lever, squeezes it down, and then let's see what that's done to the dough. Boom, perfect portions. She works it a little bit by hand, and then it's in with the fillings, starting with beef, a load of beef, and then a big, respectable square of cheddar cheese. Close it up, and that is ready for the fryer. But they don't just let it fry or float on top of the oil. They're actually going to put it in a little oil jail. The outside feels amazing, just like crunchy, perfectly tanned fried bread. And man, there is so much meat and so much cheese on the inside. I'm a little scared that it's going to boil my face off when I take a bite, but let's see what happens. Oh man, that is like a thick, cakey dough wrapper on the outside. The bread is so thick, I hardly even got to the meat yet, but you can see it just steaming inside.
Bro, that looks so good. I ain't gonna play with you. That looks so good.
Right there, it looks gorgeous. All right, let me get a big meat bite. The beef is super heavy and greasy. I think I found a little bit of the cheese in there too. The seasoning blend in there tastes pretty simple and straightforward. It's definitely like salt, pepper. It doesn't really have a strong flavor. It tastes just kind of like the natural beefiness, which is nice. The cheese is also nice, very creamy, delicious. Oh, look, a forklift. That guy's gonna have to carry me out of here later.
The Washington State Fair welcomed its first visitors in 1900. Now, every year, more than 1 million attendees flock to the 160-acre fairground for a myriad of unique experiences. A brief beef stroll from our Ukraine kitchen introduces me to another taste of Europe.
Fleischkuchle, German?
German. As a German word, it means little meat cake.
Despite the tongue-twisting name, the cash cow here is much more easy to say, and they call it the beef turnover. An ice cream scoop full of seasoned minced beef and a hit of jalapeno is encased inside a flattened dough and then deep fried.
We started serving
So Washington like a lot of those meat pies, huh? Okay.
here in 1963. There was 3 grandmas that started a booth on the outside of the fair, and they were serving them for like 17 cents.
Fair prices have only gone up like 10% since then, roughly.
However, our bizarre food theme has led us to this.
All right, we have come into the kitchen to see how the mac and tots are made, and it all starts with frying the tater tot.
We always had people saying you guys need to have something along with your beef turnover, you know, a hamburger and french fries and that kind of thing. So we started with the tater tots, and then we kind of had already macaroni and cheese as a kid's meal. And so we just kind of combined them one day, and then it just started flying off the shelf.
The tots are done. Let's head over to the mac and cheese station.
The love story between America and mac and cheese dates back at least 3 centuries. These days, the
You really food inspector? As far as you know, yeah. Then inspect.
average American consumes over 2 pounds of mac and cheese per year.
I grew up in Minnesota in a trailer house, and so for me, mac and cheese comes from a blue box, and you don't bake it and put like a crumb on top of it. What kind of mac and cheese are we dealing with here?
We don't use Kraft mac and cheese. We use like a Stouffer's.
Oh, so you use like Velveeta.
Yeah.
For me, that was fancy.
To round off our mac and tots, shredded cheddar cheese and bacon bits.
Boom! Mac and tots, $10. It is a carbohydrate bomb. It's carbs on carbs. The only protein here is the bacon. That's gonna really lighten things up. It's not. I'm gonna grab a tot. These tots are super crispy. Salty, crunchy goodness. You know, this is a good base that we're starting out with. But this dish is not just about the tater tots. Right here, we have the mac and cheese. Super creamy, soft noodles, buttery, rich, decadent. Tots and mac and cheese together at last. You got crunch and you got creaminess all in one mouthful. And I got some smoky bacon in there too. How am I going to eat like 6 more foods today? Oh man.
As the hunt for more bizarre food offerings continues, I'm headed toward a maniacal meat maestro who's battering and frying thick chunks of pork belly.
It's a dessert meat.
But before that, I'm making time for some unknown Southern delights.
4-wheeling in the swamp tonight.
This place is known as Hattie Mae's Southern Delights. I'm looking at the menu right now. You can find fried green tomatoes, alligator kebabs, an andouille sausage corn dog. So lots of cool Southern food, but foods that have been fairified. Today I'm here for one peculiar bizarre offering, and that is the biscuit battered shrimp. It sounds like breaded shrimp, but no, the construction gets wild. All right, boom, I'm in the kitchen right here with Steven. Steven is going to be assembling our biscuit battered shrimp.
First, Steve drops battered shrimpies into a fiery pool of oil. Then battered okra are fried alongside in true Southern fashion.
And then we fry a waffle cone. I'm gonna sit that there for a few seconds while this cooks. And then as soon as these are done, I'm gonna grab those some gravy on top of it.
So you start with 3 fried shrimp inside the cone, then 4 pieces of fried okra, then the remaining shrimp pieces get piled on top. Oh my gosh, country gravy going on top. This thing is wild. And that is the final product. I cannot wait to try that out. I'm going to pick out a shrimp to begin with. You can see it's falling apart. There's some gravy on there. It's got that beautiful batter, and it's still steaming too. That's good.
I feel happy.
Plump, juicy shrimp, delicious flavor, really crunchy on the outside, a wonderfully seasoned batter.
Yeah, I try that. It's pretty much like the waffle cone throwing me off though, but I try that. They should at least get a Sunday cup or something.
That is awesome. All right, I'm gonna. How do I approach this?
I feel happy. So happy.
I can't believe how good this is. You have the crunch of the waffle cone on the outside, and then I just love the way he smothered it with gravy until the gravy was going all the way to the bottom of the cone. There's so much delicious, super savory country gravy flavor in there. Even the okra tastes super fresh. It's essentially a salad in a cone because there's 4 fried okras.
Biscuit battered shrimp. It's one of the newest inventions of this mad food scientist and stall owner, Mitch.
Personally, I love Cajun Creole food. We just want to kind of bring something unique to the fairground, and this happens to be the only Southern-themed booth on the fairgrounds.
Besides Hattie Mae's, Mitch owns and runs 24 other stalls on the fairgrounds, catering to cravings you didn't even know you had, including fatty pork belly that's been transformed into a decadent dessert.
Boom, I'm here with Mitch again.
A shrine for fried food fanatics, Totally Fried presents an array of deep fried treats, ranging from Oreos to cheesecake. However, I'm here for their most eccentric concoction.
Let's talk about the fried candied pork belly. How does that work?
Breaking the barrier between meat and sweets isn't new, but it also isn't easy. For example, in central Vietnam, the dessert of roasted pork inside of tapioca balls are served with a sugary syrup.
That is awesome, but it's so weird.
So good. So weird.
So weird.
But Mitch's fried candied pork belly was born to shatter calorie records.
Basically, we kind of bury it beneath brown sugar, also a little bit of rock candy syrup, and a lot of salt. And we just slow cook it for about 4 hours so it's nice and tender and crispy. And then we...
Yeah, I'll probably eat this. You know what I'm saying? My mom probably eat this. Something cool. So pork belly, you know what I'm saying? Pretty much just like brisket. And then you fry, put some powdered sugar on it. Give it a whole, boom, pancake on the stick.
We batter it, deep fry it, and then coat it with a lot of powdered sugar. And serve it with the gochujang mayo.
A little bit of Korean influence in there. I like it. Take a look at that beauty. Just big, thick, crunchy pieces of batter on the outside that have been fried up nicely. Nothing left to do but to put it inside me. Oh my God. This is awesome. Pork is already kind of a sweet meat, so it doesn't hurt to add even more sugar. And it is so soft, tender, gelatinous almost. Gonna give that a little bit of a dip. Now, I'm curious, is it gochujang? Why is it orange? Gochujang mayo, it should be red. Yep, I taste it. There is a little bit of gochujang in there. This is really unique because, you know, living in Asia, it's easy to get pork belly everywhere. In the US, if you want pork belly, you can only find it in the form of bacon at a mainstream grocery store. But here, he's got his own meat guy. I need a meat guy. Maybe me and his meat guy could meet. I'm so tired. I don't know what we're talking about.
Any state fair isn't complete without food on a stick. From 3-foot-long corn dogs...
What do you keep doing? At some point, it's going to go through me, Calvin.
...to the giant dilly dogs at the Minnesota State Fair.
Uh-oh. Gravity is not helping me right now.
I thought I'd seen it all. That was until I arrived at Extreme Carnival Eats.
You're the roast of my beef, the mash to my potato.
This stall takes Korea's wildest corn dog creations to the next level with over-the-top food options like this. The Hot Cheeto Cheese Dog. A massive
Hot Cheetos cheese dog.
chunk of cheese on a stick is wrapped in batter, dragged in breadcrumbs, then deep fried. After, it's coated in nacho cheese, then hot Cheeto powder. Finally, it's garnished with sriracha mayo. Yet the most eccentric dog you'll encounter here is dressed up like Joseph and the amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
My favorite cereal in the world would probably be Fruity Pebbles. Maybe after Golden Grahams and then Cocoa Pebbles. It's top 3. But you have a Fruity Pebbles Korean cheese dog. What's that about?
Welcoming me here, Mary, the boss and visionary of Extreme Carnival Eats.
It's basically a giant mozzarella stick dipped in our special batter, rolled in tempura, and then we coat it after it's cooked in Fruity Pebbles cereal.
That's got to be cream cheese, because ain't no way. I mean, Fruity Pebbles with cheese like that.
It's delicious.
Well, let's find out for ourselves.
What makes this a Korean dog? A couple things. 1, it's filled with cheese. 2, the panko crust on the outside. It's a very Korean thing. I remember my first time I tried it in Korea. I lived there for 8 years, and I thought, is there shake and bake on my corn dog? Because that's what it feels like. Let's pick it up. Oh man, nice structural integrity. It's not like too gooey. We got kind of a jam sauce. I wonder if we're gonna get a cheese pull out of this. Whoa, that's incredible. It's sweet and it's cheesy. The Fruity Pebbles are giving off that amazing artificial fruit essence. I like it. The jam sauce, that ties it all together. That makes it work. It's kind of like the sweet binding agent that brings all the elements together, like booze at a party. This lady has an insane menu. I wish I could just do a whole episode about her and how her brain works. The only thing that's not remarkable on her menu is a bucket of fries. No offense. It makes sense that you have it there for the people who want to order that, but if you come here and you see all this and you order French fries, don't hang out with people like that.
If this cheesy fruity stick hasn't left you shocked and dismayed, then our final food of the day most definitely will.
Peanut butter, jelly, bacon, and of course the hot dog in there too. What do you think makes this combination work?
But first, Mary has another quirky recipe hidden up her sleeve.
Nashville hot chicken waffle sandwich. So it's chicken with Nashville hot sauce between 2 Belgian waffles. It's kind of a spin-off on chicken and waffles.
The marriage of chicken and waffles initially served the needs of night owls, grappling with the choice between a late-night dinner and an early breakfast, providing a delightful fusion of the two.
You have the sweetness of the syrup along with the saltiness of the chicken. And savory and sweet are your two tastes you want to go for when you eat.
It's like Bonnie and Clyde.
Exactly.
Boom! I'm in the kitchen with Mike. We're gonna see how he makes the Nashville hot chicken waffle. It all starts with the chicken. So right here we have what looks like chicken fingers, and that's gonna hit the oil right now. Does this beep when it's done? Yep. You ever hear that beep in your nightmares?
No.
What makes chicken and waffles great is that the sweetness actually works really well with the fried chicken. Is this going to be sweet? Is it going to be hot? What am I looking at here?
So the waffles aren't super sweet, just a little hint of sweetness. And the Nashville hot isn't too extremely hot. It's more of a medium Nashville hot sauce.
Yeah,
Nashville medium. I like it. Sounds safe.
Mary and her husband launched into their state fair journey over a decade ago, debuting with a pizza booth. Last year, they birthed Extreme Carnival Eats, transforming their wildest ideas into reality.
5 minutes has gone by. Let's take out that chicken. And it's time to dump it under the heat lamps. Now the chicken is ready. We got to get started with the waffle. Grab a waffle, fling it on the flat top, grab some chicken, place the chicken on the waffle. Some pickles next. This is the Nashville hot right here. Oh, and right here we have a sweet syrup going on. This is an amazing combination. Time to top it off, and that is complete. Right here we have our Nashville hot chicken waffle for $16.35. Now it doesn't really compress. Oh my gosh, can I even pick?
Showing up on the first page of Google might not be the best for everyone, but for business owners it is.
This up? Oh no. I got to give the handleability about a 3 out of 10. I'm so sorry, Mary. Okay, I've got it now. It's dripping to the plate below. It's very inviting. I've heard of toasting up buns for a burger, but toasting up the waffle, that's nice. Man, that is a delightful texture combination. Just like Mary said, it is savory and it's sweet. That chicken is so crunchy. And the waffle, I gotta say, putting the waffle on the flat top, that is key. This is like a pre-made Belgian waffle. If you get a waffle like this just from a bag, it's gonna be kind of dry. You gotta do stuff to it to kind of toast it and soften it up at the same time. The only thing is that they should call this Nashville mild. Mary, I'm not hating. I love you and I love your zeal. It's not hot. But it's crunchy, it's savory, it's sweet, and it's delicious.
Before I reach the weight limit for a forklift,
that guy's gonna have to carry me out of here later.
There's still room in my stomach for one more dog, a hot dog. Here at Starvin' Marvin's. Setting their food truck in motion in 2018, Melissa and her wife have been producing a distinctive assortment of gourmet hot dogs for the fortunate people of Washington.
What makes a hot dog gourmet and not just a normal hot dog?
So it's all about the quality of the meat, but then also the toppings, all sorts of fun toppings, things that you maybe wouldn't ever think to put on top of a hot dog.
If you crave the ultimate comfort food, the Mac Daddy won't disappoint you, stacking mac and cheese and bacon on a hot dog. For a bolder option, consider the Chicago dog, boasting pickle, tomato, mustard, onion, relish, celery salt, and hot peppers. It should be clear by now that the hot dog game at Starvin' Marvin is aiming to knock off your socks or any other type of footwear.
What are the menu items that give people a double take, where people are like, wait, what is that?
Peanut butter, jelly, and bacon every single time.
It's peanut butter, jelly, bacon, and of course the hot dog in there too.
Yep.
How'd you come up with this?
As the name suggests, the PB&J&B hot dog takes off with a massive peanut butter smear inside the hot dog bun.
My wife and I were just sitting at home one day. I'm from upstate New York, where like hot dogs are like a thing anywhere you go pretty much.
Next, a hot dog rests in that cozy bed.
And I like jelly on a lot of things.
Followed by a sweet hit of jelly.
I've never had peanut butter, jelly, and bacon, but we were just sitting there like, let's try it.
And a hailstorm of bacon bits.
So we put it together and we're like, this is a winner, the sweet and salty, it works, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is my final bizarre state fair food, because after this I'm gonna explode. My stomach cannot take it anymore. Oh look, this band is doing sound check. Oh yeah, let's pick it up. Let's test that structural integrity. The bun seems nice and soft. I'm crunching it together. I'm smushing it together. I'm gonna spread that bacon out. You can see that jelly sticking out. This
ain't gonna lie, I would try it on the cool. I will try this. Yeah, I will try this.
Is awesome. Now, as somebody who grew up in a trailer house eating Jif and Smucker's jelly, this is close to my heart. Dun, 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 dun. Crazy over you. Oh, Oh, whoa. You gotta be careful. There's a thick streak of peanut butter in there. I got it. And my God, it is delicious. It's like a beauty. I mean, the bacon adds some crunch on top, sweet jelly, but you got to be careful. That peanut butter will seal your trachea shut. Make sure you got plenty of saliva going beforehand.
Plenty of water.
Sonny, pace yourself. It's not a competition. I'm trying to figure out, does it taste like I spilled some peanut butter and jelly into my hot dog, or I spilled a hot dog into my peanut butter and jelly? Because it's one or the other. I think it's more like a hot dog fell into my peanut butter and jelly sandwich, but I kept eating it anyways. How would that happen? Practically? I don't know.
If you love Indian food, then you're going to love our new channel, Best Ever Food India. Subscribe now for weekly videos showcasing the most unique street food.
All right, and that's that video. Now, the other video you have to do, let me find it real quick, is right. Yeah.
So you know how all these people are going back to school and you're like, how do they afford that? Check out UMGC.
Hey besties, right now we're in Vietnam and I want to say thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring this video. As we're on the brink of a brand new year, let's chat about something important. The huge impact of therapy. It's not just about overcoming life challenges. There are no hidden costs or insurance headaches. So what are you waiting for? Let's start the new year with a fresh perspective.
In this video, I'm returning to the Washington State Fair for the ultimate cheat day.
I thought this was going to be a stunt food, inedible, but no. This is the most expensive baked potato I've ever seen in my life.
But let me back up. State fairs aren't about being healthy or balanced.
Take a look at that hot Cheeto action.
They're about pushing the limits of what's possible. Sending your...
Did y'all see that pizza? I'm not eating that. Hot Cheeto pizza? You might as well send me to the emergency room off that.
Dopamine levels flying higher than your insulin and making you crave for foods you didn't even know existed.
For your Toasty Locos, how loco are they? Wow, my taste buds are just not trained up for this.
Today, I'm on a mission to disregard the calories and cholesterol in search of the most over-the-top delicious destinations I can find.
This bite is probably worth $1. Let's go for it.
And it all starts here.
Behind me, our first location, Hattie Mae's Southern Delights.
Last time I was here,
oh my gosh,
I sunk my teeth into their crispy biscuit battered shrimp.
I'm calling it now. This is the new shrimp and grits.
Now we're gearing up for a heart-stopping calorie bomb that will surely make my cardiologist demand a raise. Introducing mac and cheese with a bit of a Southern twist. At this stall, America's favorite comfort food takes flight with the addition of crawfish. Down in the deep south, crawfish are the star.
Not the baby lobsters. The baby lobsters, aka crawfish. I don't know.
Any good cook-up.
Oh, yes!
Prepared and boiled in epic proportions, these guys pack a single bite of sweet, soft meat, kind of like a tiny lobster. Now, these mud bugs have made their way up north, and they've joined this blend of noodles and creamy cheese.
Do you have somebody in the back with a bunch of crayfish and a toothpick?
We buy them already pre-made. The amount of sales we go through, there's no way we could keep up by trying to boil the crawfish ourselves.
You know what? It was a fake question. I assumed the audience would assume that.
Sure.
I knew the whole time. All right, right here we have our mac and cheese, and the crawfish are already mixed inside. Hit it with some oiled cured peppers, and that is ready to go.
My blood pressure might regret it later, but to spice things up.
Now, when I eat crawfish, if they like already depluck them and put them in the, take them out the shell, so take them out the body and stuff. Yeah, I will eat it. I will eat it. But, you know what I'm saying? If they still like in their shell and stuff, I can't do it. My cousins do it, but I can't do it. I'm sorry. It's a pet peeve for me. Like I could do the shrimp, the lobster and stuff, like take them out the shells and stuff, but crawfish, the baby lobsters, come on now. I can't do it, bro. Cannot do it.
I'm taking our meal to the next level with Mitch's ultimate bestseller.
I'm not sure why, but alligator kebab is by far our most popular item.
I get it. This is gooey duck.
Alligator. My cousin, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to him. He tried alligator. And I asked him, man, how that thing taste, man? He like, man, it's too chewy. It's chewy, but it's not like soft and you know what I'm saying. It's when I mean chewy, it's gonna make you work. Okay, so yeah.
Territory, not alligator territory. So maybe people in Louisiana would be blown away by the gooey ducks.
Show me you got some.
How do you make the alligator kebab?
We soak the gator tenderloin in buttermilk, some spices for 7 days, stick it on a kebab with onions, and then we basically funnel cake batter. Then we deep fry it and serve it with like a sweet mustard. Got a little bit of horseradish in there as well, and then top it with a little bit of blackening spice.
I never knew that alligator was on my list for cheat days, but now it absolutely is. This looks awesome. I can't wait to try it out. Right here we have my first meal of the day, and it is a heavy one. Come take a look at this. Now that we're in the light, you can see I love the color of the peppers on top, and we got that mac and cheese looking oily, creamy, and rich. I was hoping they would have several strips of crawfish tails just laying on top, but no, they're all buried within. Cheers. Super creamy, and then a bit of spice coming from those peppers on top. Sour and hot. That's a nice contrast to the cheese because the sourness kind of cuts through the heaviness of this right here. I got a tail on that one. I gotta say, I like it. You know, crawfish can have a little bit different flavor. Almost be a little bit muddy sometimes. This ain't like that at all. Right here, the alligator. Come take a look at this. Now, I've had alligator before, but I've never had anything like this. And also, you know, putting the onions on there, it's almost like we have onion rings as well. This looks so good. Let's go for it. It's delicious. Super juicy, succulent, quite salty. But that batter on there is really nice, really crispy, and it holds in the juices. It's like when you eat a mozzarella stick and the juices from the cheese just explode out. It's the alligator version of that. It's not quite chicken, but it's more juicy. It's not quite fish. It's not flaky. It's something in between. I'm gonna hit it in the sauce right here. The sauce is almost like a honey mustard. It's sweet, it's mustardy. Oh, there's a clown. Do you think that guy rode here on that little bike? Oh, look what he's got.
I knew we were gonna get you the clown.
No. Come on over. I got some mac and cheese filled with crawfish. Crawfish? Oh, that was crawfish then. Stop eating the most expensive part of my dish. You still got the vegetable. That's the good stuff.
Ever wonder what makes hearts race or makes taste buds do the tango? It's the sizzling, crispy wonders that come straight from this golden oil. Welcome back to Totally Fried.
I'm here with Mitch. Again?
Last time we were here, I took a flavorful plunge into the world of deep fried pork belly.
Wow, what a mix of emotions.
But there's much more sizzle and pop here to find. Deep fried pickles, even deep fried Snickers. But what's stealing the spotlight as the most decadent would have to be their deep fried cheesecake.
What is the secret behind a good fried cheesecake?
I mean, you gotta make sure it's a balance between not too sweet, a little bit creamy, the right amount of cream cheese.
We'll find out.
The cheesecake alone is a clandestine affair between a velvety dream and a naughty slice of heaven. And the transformation that's about to be performed here is a one-way ticket to dessert nirvana.
Right now we're in the kitchen and I'm about to see how this cheesecake is battered and fried. Submerge the entire thing, get a nice thick layer of corn dog batter and let it slowly descend into that hot oil. Looks like this one's ready. This is perfectly golden brown. So our cheesecake is done being fried, but it is not done. First, some whipped cream. Then hit it with some chocolate, then an avalanche of powdered sugar. And that is complete. I've seen fried cheesecake around the country and I just never had a nerve to try it out because I thought, fried cheesecake, I already know what to expect. It's gonna be a wedge of cheesecake, they're gonna fry it. But no, here it's something a bit unexpected. First of all, whipped cream from a can. If you guys ever saw my house tour, you'll know that I love whipped cream in a can.
I do too. Now, the cheesecake looks good.
It's very nice. Tastes just like whipped cream in a can. Where do we start? Okay, I'm gonna just go right down the middle, rip it open. Take a look at that. That is a load of cheesecake. That already would be a delicious, satisfying dessert on its own. I like the cheesecake is still cold on the inside. It's warm and crunchy on the outside. Let's try it out.
Looking like fried ice cream.
First of all, man, that cheesecake is awesome. It's just like a sweet cream cheese. And when it comes to this batter, thicker is better. This is a heavy food, not just heavy like it has a lot of fat, like it weighs 2 pounds in my hands. And so you need a strong coating of batter that can handle all that weight, like me when I put on a Speedo. All right, this is my final bite. I've got some of the cheesecake inside, some of that batter, and then some whipped cream on top. Cheers. Let's go for it. It's good quality cheesecake. This is wild. I honestly can't believe he's charging like $10. That's the same you pay at a restaurant. And you know, state fairs are notorious for ripping people off. So it's a good price. It's a lot of food. Bring your extended family. You're going to need help with this one.
You You want to know the ultimate secret to taming your inner sweet craving monster? Simply become best friends with Mitch, the mad genius behind 25 food stalls at these here fairgrounds.
Are you looking for staff? Because I worked at Applebee's. I did get fired.
You can do it today, sure, but after that, we'll fire you.
Okay.
Our next stop, the Big Cheese, is one of his absolute masterpieces.
No cheat day would be complete without dessert or without cheese. That's what they're serving here behind me. They have cheese, everything. Fried cheese curds, a giant fried mozzarella stick, jumbo cheddar stuffed tater tots. Then they have what I came here for, the cheddar cheese ice cream. Let's go inside.
Bro, ain't no freaking way. Ain't no, I know they are both dairy products, but ain't no freaking way. We got to see this.
I had to see him poop it out of a machine. The owner would love if I described it as pooping out the ice cream.
If you think this is just your run-of-the-mill...
Bro, they got cheese ice cream. What is we coming to? This is why I call this State Fair Foods out of control. Like, cheese ice cream. What in the world?
Ordinary cheese ice cream? Well then, my foodie friends, you are in for a surprise. This goes beyond being a dessert. It's a wild fusion, so gloriously unhealthy that your taste buds will throw a party while your nutritionist runs away screaming.
So our recipe here begins with the streusel. A streusel that will soon be adorned with cheddar ice cream.
Now crown the supreme dessert overlord with a dollop of golden soft serve cheddar cheese ice cream.
We have our dessert right here. I love that you can come here and get a cheese appetizer, a cheese meal, and a cheese dessert. So we've got streusel and some melted ice cream on there too. Let's try it out. Magical, flaky, crunchy, melty, cinnamon, apple. It's delicious, but that's not why we came here. We came here for the ice cream that has almost melted already. I wish I could soft serve this right into my mouth. I wonder if this is how they made it. It tastes like generic white ice cream, but they added Kraft macaroni and cheese powder mix into it. That would give it the color, and that's the kind of flavor it has. It has that kind of like beautiful powder chemical cheese flavor to it. It's the cheese ice cream with some strudel. I like it. It's very unique. I thought this was going to be a stunt food, some kind of BS that's inedible, but no.
Yeah. That's what I thought, like inedible. Like, come on now. Cheese ice cream? It's not even cream cheese. It's cheese ice cream, cheddar cheese at that. Come on now.
Oh, dang it. That's going to screw up the continuity. People are going to know we shoot out of order.
Perhaps no food is more comforting to Americans than that which comes from our neighbors to the south. And here at Raspados del Sur, Tino is delivering a sinful fiesta feast.
This place was established in 1984, the same year I was established as a human being. Are you the one who started this place? Because you don't seem old enough.
Tino is the second generation maestro behind this brand.
My dad started this business.
Originally, they were all about the cool vibes of shaved ice. Then their menu went loco with vibrant, brightly colored drinks like the
Mangoñada
or like the
Burrito Locos.
But even with these drinks, it would be a mistake to skip out on the food, especially their Toasty Locos.
Loco is insanity. For your Toasty Locos, how loco are they?
They're pretty crazy. It's a big bunk for one person.
Last time when I was in Mexico City, I had Dorito Locos. What is the difference?
So they started using different kind of chips, and they started naming them after whatever chips, then Locos.
Boom, I am in the kitchen. I've got Mary right here behind me, and she's going to help me in making the Toasty Locos. And when I say help me, I mean she's going to do everything. So we've got the Tostitos here. That goes inside. We got mango, cucumber, and jicama. Oh no, they're mixed. I hate cucumber, but just do it. Here we have pickled pork skin and some peanuts for a little bit of texture. Tamarind candy going next. Then we've got chambuy, some Valentina sauce, tahini, and a little bit of salt, just in case we didn't have enough sodium. Finally, a lime. Wow. Tino said this thing is Locos, and he was not lying. This thing looks ridiculous. Let's go outside and try it out. The smell is wild. It smells spicy and like crazy sour. Let's try out the tamarind candy. Wow, sweet, salty, semi-unbearable. That's a lot of flavor in there, my friend. This is pork skin that's been put in vinegar. That's a cool texture. It's kind of like eating calamari. I think it would be a miracle for me to get down there and find a chip. There we go. I got some Tostitos, a nut. Is that a cucumber? It is. Some jicama on there, some pork, a little bit of that crazy sweet and salty tamarind food. Fancy.
I ain't gonna lie. I'll skip this one. Give me some of them drinks, man.
The chips give it a generous crunch. As to the peanuts, I gotta say, guys, this is very sour and very salty. I'm going to salt shock if I ate all this. The best part is she put extra salt. I think the problem is me. My taste buds are just not trained up for this. I gotta say, it's not called the Good Mental Health Tostitos. It's called Tosti Locos. It means insane. It means to be crazy. And this right here fits the bill. The only thing I'm missing is a giant frothy beer.
No cheat day can be complete without a supreme protein that hits a bit different. Look no further than Piggly's Seafood, a stall that's been rocking fairgoers for 50 years.
Just a moment ago, I saw a gentleman with a big industrial... Oh, yeah. Sized bag of lobster. He put it on the flat top and he was smothering it with butter. That is the prime ingredient. Then after the lobster is ready, it goes into a myriad of different dishes. They've got lobster tacos, they've got lobster french fries, they have lobster rolls, and they have what I'm here for today, the lobster baked potato.
Imagine living in a fever dream you never want to end. That's the magic of lobster stuffed potatoes. It all starts.
Sign me up. Sign me up.
With the sizzling sounds of hundreds of lobster tails hitting the flat top with garlic and butter, creating a haunting symphony that will speak to your soul.
This is where the potato journey begins, right here in this oven, where they're getting nice, steamy, and soft. Wow, mucho grande. So first he cuts it, spreads it open, and that right there is already a lot of food. He hits it with salt, then Alfredo sauce going on next. From here, lobster, a lot of it. Oh my gosh. Hit it with a special mayo sauce. Next, some purple onion, scallions, then some Parmesan cheese, and right here is our final product. This is a baked potato for the 1%. This is for the people who fly in private jets and tell you not to drive a car. They're eating this kind of baked potato. I'm gonna try grabbing just a piece of the edge here. Oh, there we go. I've got onions, sauce, mayo, lobster. This
Bro, like I say, sign me up.
bite is probably worth $1. Go for it. Alfredo works really well. Now, the most difficult thing about eating a baked potato is that it can get kind of dry sometimes, and we have plenty of throat lubrication with this Alfredo sauce. Next, lobster bite. Oh my gosh, that is not just one lobster. That's a lobster and a lot of his friends. That's good. That is satisfying. It's juicy. It's buttery. I think they've really nailed the base of this dish, the foundation. If they didn't have a good potato, this thing wouldn't work at all. It's chewy on the outside. It's soft in the inside. I mean, look at this. It just becomes like instant mashed potato as you move around the starchy part. Oh, we've got the perfect bite right here. Alfredo, some potato starch, lots of lobster. Let's try it out.
You got it. I know sometimes life can be tough.
Yeah, I was teleported. This, for a cheat day, very satisfying. It's creamy, it's carby, it's got seafood. But our next location has even other stuff. I'm not sure what it has, but we're gonna find out. It kind of looks like a car. Mostly it looks like a guy bent over.
Before my cheat day euphoria tips the scale into full-on regret and self-loathing, I'll end this day on a high in the hands of Mary, the culinary magician behind my wildest cravings. Last time, we indulged in her fiery Nashville hot chicken and her fruity pebble cheese dog. Now, at her Pizza by the Slice booth, it's a carnival of flavors. Mexican corn pizza, pickle pizza, and the one I'm after,
the Hot Cheeto Pizza.
Hot Cheeto Pizza, the fiery daredevil of...
If you like to eat this type of pizza, that's on you. But for me, it's straight emergency room. Just be real with you.
The pizza universe. Picture this, a crispy golden crust blanketed in a fiery storm of crushed hot Cheetos.
How'd you come up with that idea?
Well, me loving hot Cheetos and me loving pizza, I thought, how can I combine the two? So I take the Cheetos and grind them to a dust so they're nice and fresh, so it still has that nice unique flavor of the hot Cheeto. And then we brush the cheese pizza with a little garlic butter, and then we top it with a hot Cheeto, and there you go.
All right, folks, you know the rules. It's a one bite taste test. Let's go for it. We got the Route 66 pizza right here. Take a look at that hot Cheeto action. So essentially it's a cheese pizza, but then they just crusted it with that Cheeto dust. I love it. Okay, I'm gonna grab one right now. I love that they have these giant pizza and they just do 6 slices. So anybody who comes here and gets pizza by the slice, they get a huge piece of pie. This is hard to do with one hand. I was poor knowing I do this. That's wild. Starting from the bottom, excellent dough, pillowy and soft like my abs. On top of that, a nice savory tomato sauce, a pile of cheese, and then just so much of that hot Cheeto dust. You can actually feel it crunching still. The topping was already added like 5 minutes ago. It's still crunchy, but it's spicy too. It is hot. Oh my God, there's so much seasoning. It's salty as heck. I'm gonna take one more bite, fold it in half. You gotta taco it. That is a pizza sensation. Now, could I take down a whole pizza of this? No, it'd be way too much. I mean, there must be a bag and a half of Cheetos on here. But for one slice, it is such a fun new experience. It's crunchy, it's cheesy, it's doughy, all together in one pizza pie. Beyond this, she has the pickle pizza. She has the Mexican corn pizza. I'm very curious to see what she does in the future with her new pizza creations. But this was awesome. Plus, one slice, $10. That ain't that bad. Boom, and that is the end of our ultimate cheat day here at the Washington State Fair. What's next? Salad, vegetables, regret, bloating, diarrhea. Sorry. If I had to pick a favorite from this cheat day, a food that I would love to try again, it would be a tie between the lobster, baked potato, and the alligator kebabs. The alligator kebabs really brought it. They were greasy, juicy, crispy, and then they had a great sauce to go with them. But really, I enjoyed everything and trying all these people's unique, imaginative innovations.
If you love Indian food, then you're going to love our new channel, Best Ever Food India. Subscribe now for weekly videos showcasing the most unique street food from around the country.
And that's the end of the video, y'all. So, yeah. So pretty much like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah, so like, comment, subscribe to the video. Yeah, Minnesota State Fair. I'm gonna just keep it real with you. I do like some of y'all stuff. Some stuff is just like, oh, I don't know. That ain't it. All right. So yeah, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch y'all later. Deuces.